final question, and this is like really why people came. Farting on a plane.
Can't always control it. Not that I fart. Girls don't fart. But if they did, I would say that girls should be allowed and boys shouldn't. Yeah, here we are, episode 100. Here we are right now. We've made it.
That is coming in super hot.
Is that too hot?
No, it was hot, but this is episode 100. I can't believe that we made it this far.
Honestly, shocked.
Okay, this is how I really feel. I was going back today and I was listening to some of the highlights. I was taking a trip down memory lane.
Cute.
And I listened to the episode where we had Corporate Bro, also known as Corp, Ross on the pod. And honestly, it was one of our longest pods. It was so funny. Now, we were clever and cute, but that dude was funny. I think it's like in the episode 40s. We'll have to post it in the show notes, but that was like one of the best episodes that we've ever done. That guy is a gem. And now he has a podcast. When we talked to him back in the day, he did not have a podcast, but he has a podcast now with Corporate Natalie. So the two corps have linked up.
We inspired him.
And now, yeah, I feel like he should give us
this
credit.
Shit is fun. I'm hilarious. And then that's what happened. Like, we are the genesis.
And I don't think that we ever got a shout out on his pod.
That's messed up.
Inspired him.
That's messed up. No, but really, that guy is the GOAT. And just to give us that much of his time and to be that silly and fun, angel.
Yeah, we've talked to some interesting people. Sometimes it feels like it's just you and me, but we've done Ross, we've done Nick Gray, Sarah from DC. That was a solid one. We have a few like really, and we're leaving people out too. Like we did Elon Musk. We didn't even talk about him.
That one was good. The Steve Cook one was so good. That
Steve Cook.
That guy is.
Did you just say Steve Cook? Did you just combine Steve Jobs and Tim Cook into Steve Cook?
You started dying laughing, and I was like, I honestly thought that was an educated one to throw in there, and I still got it wrong.
We did Elon Bezos.
We did. Oh my God. We did Sarah Lively. No, sorry. Sarah Blakely. All right, you guys, I haven't even had my Halloween beer yet, and I'm still this way. It's Halloween. Yeah. Happy Halloween, everybody. You're certainly not going to be listening to this where that matters, but it is Halloween right now. It is 4:15. It's the spookiest time of day for Halloween. So here we are, kicking off episode 100. Like, what has been your favorite part about the pod, Kenny?
Honestly, it's just been carving out an hour out of my week to talk to you.
Okay. Okay.
No, I talk to you all day. I talk to you
You're
all day.
You're so over it.
I would say that the coolest thing, and this sounds maybe a little corny, is that there's so much content in the world, right? You could listen to Rogan. There's so much good stuff. And honestly, there's a lot better stuff than some of the BS that we have to spew. But it's crazy that like thousands of people have listened to us. Like we're not we're not going to be on any chart. We're not going to be a top podcast.
No,
but
we're niche.
People have, we're very niche. But people have taken a lot of time out of their day to listen to what we have to say. And then the coolest part to me is when we have people come up to us at events and say, "Oh, you remember that thing that you said?" And we don't remember.
Yeah.
But we're glad you do, and it touches our heart.
We're like, oh no, where? Oh, on the podcast? Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel like it's really cool to see how much LinkedIn presence and engagement this podcast gets. Like, you're scrolling through LinkedIn, everything looks the same. Everything's like a co-branded one-pager, with a caption written by ChatGPT. It's just cool to post like us talking about whether it's industry related or just random nonsense about Taylor Swift. People they like the platform of like a podcast, like just talking simply. The audio's good. You can listen to it in the car. You can watch it on LinkedIn. I'm just surprised. You're right. Like by the reach. We kind of do this for no one, right? Like we do it for everyone and no one.
We do it for two people.
But
There's two
mostly-
people that we do the pod for. And go ahead.
Mostly Nanny and Grandma Connie. We just want to say episode 100, this one's for you.
This one's for you. It's 100% for them. Honestly, it means more to me that I can hold my grandmother's attention. And it's very interesting when we're like funny and goofing off. She loves it. If we talk about something serious, she can't get to the end. And she actually tells me and Connor, and she's like, I don't know. That wasn't cute enough.
Didn't love that one.
Enough. Didn't love that. Too much learning is a bad thing. So we want to stay, we're going to keep on the opinion
Actually,
track.
I'm changing my answer of my favorite thing that's ever happened on the pod. When you said that Outback is for no one, and my aunt came at you so hard and was like, Outback is for Ireland farmers, and we love it. I was like, I am obsessed with her conviction, and I just love that. She was like defending Outback so hard, and I agree with her entirely. But you got busted for that one.
Yeah, so two people in your family are crazy. Great. No. And then to be fair,
all crazy.
it's not interesting if I agree with you. It would just be, so I have to take the other side and play it up. We're doing a show here. So have I been to Outback? No, actually it's really bad now that I think about it.
Okay, we're not doing another Outback segment.
No roasting of Outback. But do you know what? For episode 100, I want to ask and have you answer the important questions.
Okay.
And the important question that I want to ask you is, if you let your neighbor borrow a ladder, how many days are they allowed to have that ladder before you ask for it back?
3.
This is the burning question on my mind. 3.
Yeah.
Walk me through 3.
Well, the day of, that's crazy. Like, what if you can't get it done that day? Like, completely understand. You know, the second day, I don't know. It's laying by the front door. Maybe you just took a shower. You don't want to just lug it outside across the street. You know what I'm saying? And then day 3, it's acceptable to do it by EOD. If you do it by like 5, 6, that's reasonable. But if you come over at like 10 p.m., you're like, hey, sorry. I would have just rather had you wait 4. You know what I'm saying? So this is my strategy. If the timing is appropriate and you're not one of those people that's bringing me back my like Tupperware dish at unreasonable hours, I feel like 3. What's your answer?
I feel like 3 is the perfect answer. I have one question for you. It's day 5 and you don't get it back. What do you do?
You tape a note to their front door and it just says ladder ? And that's all you say.
All right. I was thinking the most passive aggressive thing that you can do is you buy a whole new fresh ladder and then you leave it on their door and be like, wanna trade?
That's for rich people. That is the option for rich people.
What do ladders cost these days?
I don't know, but I'm definitely not buying them a new ladder just because they're taking too long to return mine. No. No gifts.
Too much.
No.
Too passive aggressive.
No. Actually, no, it's not passive aggressive at all. It's like, hey, I thought you deserved a newer, better ladder than my ladder. That's crazy. Next question.
Next. Okay. What I would like to do is some of our most fun times that we've had on the pod, we've played little games or quizzes. And I've prepared one for you today. Okay. We're going to do rapid fire. You're going to basically answer yes or no. If you want to take the mic and just give some color, totally up to you. The background for this game is, did you see the TikTok/Instagram where the dude has his seat reclined and then the guy from behind, they're in economy, and he just violently pushes the dude's seat up and kind of jars him? Have you seen this yet?
Arrest this man. Arrest.
100% arrest.
I don't like that energy at all. Also, I'm a full believer in, like, if you have a problem on a plane in any way, you tell the flight attendant. She could have just, saw. Like, what are you going to do? Fist fight in the aisle? That's insane.
Yeah. Unless you're on Spirit, fist fighting's off the table.
Now, if you're on Spirit, full brawls are allowed. Actually encouraged.
Encouraged, yeah. It's actually in their boarding terms of service. It's like fights if justified. You know how like in Seattle is a mutual combat state. So if you
That
and I
is
are,
crazy, right?
yeah, it is crazy. So if you and I are in a tiff, as we've been in some cities,
Sure.
aka Dublin, right? And you and I are in
Fist
a tiff,
fighting in the streets.
we could agree to go into combat.
I just don't. So basically, like, the cop would walk up and be like, wait, do you consent to this fight? Do you consent to this fight? And then both of us would be like, yes. And then they just hang by and watch.
Yeah, so they do have an iPad. You actually both sign it. And then he lets you do 3 rounds of 1 minute each. Supervised.
He's timing.
He's like, all right,
Seattle. Everyone's applying to be on Seattle PD.
yeah, Seattle P. It's very passive. It's like, well, if he knocks him out, it makes my job easy.
Sure.
But what's your feeling on mutual combat? Is that too like archaic?
It sounds like a video game I want to go buy right now on my Xbox, but mutual combat. I've never really thought about this. I knew this was a thing, but it's just one of those tiny little, like, no one else is affected by this except Washington State, which I don't know anybody from there. So yeah, this has never even crossed my freaking mind. If mutual combat was a thing in Florida, oh my God. The Florida
Could you
man
imagine?
energy would be crazy.
Off the charts.
Off the
All right,
charts.
let's circle back and play the game. We're gonna do rapid fire travel edition. I'm gonna read you a bunch of stuff. You tell me yes or no. You want to add some color? Great. If I hear silence, I'm going to the next one. You got it?
Sure.
All right, cool. All right, first one. Bringing outside food on the plane.
Yeah, that's me.
Fish?
Fish is crazy, but I am the type of person where if I accidentally do bring something stinky, like I love like a tuna fish sandwich, right? So if someone tried to be like, ugh, I'd be like, buzz off, dude. You don't know me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think yes.
Okay, taking your shoes off on the plane.
Without socks, absolutely not. With socks, allowed.
Okay. Leaving your seat to stretch for more than a minute during a flight.
Stop. This is Jamie so hard. I'm like, where'd he go? Like 45 minutes later, he's in the back just fully like basically putting his butt in this lady's face. I'm like, stop. My back hurts. I don't know. I feel bad for those people because clearly they need it and I cannot relate. So I guess
You
I
sleep
feel
like you're dead on
I
a
feel
plane.
empathy towards them, but I also think it's annoying.
Yeah. All right, standing up as soon as the plane lands.
Dude, sit down. I feel
Sit
like
down.
once you hear the ding where everyone unbuckles, then you're okay. That's when
Then you're up.
that's when all the noises start happening that are like things are happening. But no, that is the worst.
Using both armrests.
Wait, go back. Wait. The people that stand up that aren't in an aisle, so they just stand up and then they just stand like this for like 5 minutes. Those people are crazy.
Those people are nuts. Yeah, 100%. All right, using both armrests in the middle seat.
This has been controversial before on the pod.
It has.
I feel like if you're in the middle, you poor bastard, you're allowed to have both.
I
right?
think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too. I'm with you. Okay.
Especially
waking
if you're
up-
bigger than me. Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
No, of course. Well, most people are. You're like tiny. Okay. Waking up your seatmate to use the bathroom.
So uncomfy. I hate it. Oh no. I usually try to fake some type of like something.
Sneeze.
Yeah, I'll be like, or they have headphones in and then I have to just pretend like I twitched really dramatically awake and I'm like, whoa, sorry. Now that you're up too, I'm gonna,
Yeah, that's smart. Okay, if you know the seatmate, does it change it? Like if it's me, do you poke me and wake me up?
Honestly, even if it's like you, Molly, like, no, I'm going to try to basically hold it as long as I possibly can just because I hate that. Also, sometimes people aren't sleeping the whole plane ride and they're just like this for like 2 hours, just listening to music. But I think they're
Yeah.
asleep, but they're not. That's stressful. That as
And
you
you
can
don't
tell.
want to do the Sydney Sweeney anything, but you climb over them. That's off the table.
I just can't say I haven't done it. I'm just kidding.
All right. All right. You land fully unpacking your luggage in the hotel room the minute you get in there.
Every single time.
Ah,
I do
good.
that every single time.
Did you do that before me or?
I've done that since the day I was born. I actually, when I was little, I would unpack my family's luggage. So we'd get to the like Airbnb or the hotel, and I would like hang up all my dad's shirts and my mom's stuff and like put all the shoes in a line on the wall. We thought I had OCD, but I don't.
Ah, okay. Switching seats with someone when they ask.
Almost always, yes, to be honest with you. But with that being said, the only people that have ever asked me are like an adorable older couple or like a mom with her children. So I'm not going to say no. If someone was just like, hey, I really hate like an aisle seat, want to move back a few rows? No, I don't know. But I'm so awkward, I'd probably still say yes.
I would say that if the seat is like less than, I think you're within your rights to say no. But if the seat is equal, say yes. Be a good sport about it. If it's in first class, I think you should always say yes. The first class seats are like, whether you're in 2A or 4D, like who cares, right?
Yeah.
Or even like an aisle to a window. First class, you should always switch. I mean, just let's make it happen. But if someone was like, hey, can you switch your aisle seat in the exit row so I can sit next to my friend, and then you have to go sit in a middle seat, that's a hard no. Like,
Yeah, the like
yeah,
societal energy in first class. We got to keep it. You got
High
to keep
class.
it high class. We got to keep it neutral. No one's, we're all in the same squad here.
100%.
We're all separated by this little this little mesh curtain that doesn't really do much.
Yeah.
We're on this side of the curtain.
The mesh curtain is emotional, though, right? Because
is.
it's a divider between us and them.
It's really it's for your emotions, not for anything else. They want to
Yeah, it actually has
you.
no function.
Oh my god, have you ever seen that movie In Time?
No, I haven't.
Watch it tonight. It's with Justin Timberlake and is it Lake or Lank?
Timberlake. Timberlake? That's what you think it is?
Timberlake? That sounds
Timberlake.
wrong.
No, that's right.
Watch it. It's basically about them splitting up society in the future by like class. So it's like a bunch of zones and they all have this big monstrous like gate they have to get through to get to the elite. That's what that is. Anyway,
I'm into that.
That was stupid
Yeah.
since you haven't seen it. Go ahead.
All right, I have two last ones, and then we're out of this segment.
Okay.
Second to last one, FaceTiming in public at the airport.
Again, can't say I haven't done it, but I really hate someone who's like full, like, because you do see those people at the airport where it's like their boyfriend's like this, like just on the screen, like in bed, and then they're just like in the middle of 50 people. It is a
And
little
they're
awko.
talking so loud, and then he's
And
talking.
then they look at me like, why are you looking at my call? And I'm like, why are you talking so close to my head?
Yeah, it's too much. It's a no for me, dog.
I agree.
All right, final question, and this is like really why people came. Farting on a plane.
Can't always control it. Not that I fart. Girls don't fart. But if they did, I would say that girls should be allowed and boys shouldn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not sexist, but great. All right, that wraps it
I
up.
have more to say about that, but I don't want to turn this into a farting podcast. This is episode 100, for Christ's sake.
It is episode 100. I mean, could you imagine? What's been your favorite episode?
That's so hard. There's one absurd one where we're just laughing the whole time. I don't remember what it's called, but I'll have to put it. I'll have to put a little note on this one. I actually really liked, and I don't remember if the episode, I think it was like a shorter one, but it was about the Concorde. I just felt like that was a really good one where I actually like learned a lot doing the research. And then also the Airbnb rights in New York City one. That was kind of fun too. But yeah, I don't know. We have so many silly ones, so many educational ones, so many alone, so many with guests. It's like a really good variety if you're feeling like learning something or just listening to like silly travel stories.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I've split up my favorite episodes in interviews and ones that are just us. My favorite interview is Ross. He was the best. Do you know which one is the most popular that I learned today that our team didn't catch? But Marriott versus Hilton on YouTube has almost 2,000 views.
Dang.
Yeah.
Still Marriott.
Very informational. Yeah. Hilton. Are there Hilton people out there? No, right?
No.
All right. I saw this on the internet, and I wanted to get your take on it. It's from friend of the pod, Nick Gray, and he was somewhere, looked at it like at a conference, and he is detailing a new concept that's going to go on private planes, where there is like a spa, a steam room, and a sauna on the plane. My question for you is, do we need this? And would you steam room / sauna on a plane?
I mean, what's next? You know what I'm saying? What is next? Jacuzzi on a plane? A lap
It's a lot
pool
of weight.
on a plane? What is next? I guess. I mean, yeah. The one thing I've always like loved about flying in the airport is like, and this is a private plane, so it's a different thing. But
Yeah.
I feel like it just like humbles you being at the airport or being on a plane, even if you're in first class. It's kind of like we're all in this freaking. We all got to wait in lines. We all got, it's just like the stress and frustration of flying. We're all in this together. If I was just getting a massage for 2 hours and then hopping in the steam room, I don't have a real answer. I can't imagine this. It sounds fake and too futuristic for me to wrap my head around.
Okay, let me ask you this. The weirdest thing about going into a sauna or a steam room is you have to come out and you're sweaty. Like usually, is there a shower? I didn't hear that there was a shower on the plane, but could you imagine going into a steam room?
Of course there's a shower.
You think so?
Are you crazy? There's showers on like big Emirates flights in first class. Of course there's a shower on the steam room plane.
But showers are heavy. That's why they don't go in all of the steam room plane.
That's what it's called.
Oh, steam rooms are dangerous. I don't know. I don't think that they belong on a plane.
No, honestly though, I feel like the only reason we're saying this is because we don't have it.
Yeah. So this is a call out to the people who do own this plane. If you hear this, and you will because there's bajillion listeners, invite us on the plane.
Yeah.
We would love to come and give you a shout out. We'll use the steam room.
Listen,
the
just
sauna.
contact Travel Nerds, America's #1 podcast. Don't look it up. And that's just, it is what it is. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we need other things on a plane before we need a steam room. Okay. Like a movie theater. All right.
What are you talking about? A movie theater? You have a movie theater?
I said that so
A
fast.
movie theater.
We don't need that, you guys. I'm just kidding.
You're like, no. We need popcorn. We need candy. It's like, wait, the
We
plane
need
already has
concessions. We need sodas.
We need a velvet rope and someone to check your tickets.
my
Wait, we have that
gosh.
too when they check on the plane.
I do wish they had like Snuggies they could give you though. Those blankies are really like sometimes you open up one of the blankies out of the plastic wrap and you're like, this thing was rode hard and put up wet. It looks weird,
Shout out to Sherry.
Favorite. Yeah, I don't know. Or they're like, yeah, here, there's an extra blanket here, and it's like unwrapped. She's like, don't worry, no one's used it on this flight. And I'm like,
But you say that, and you and I got offered pajamas on Virgin, and we didn't put them on.
no, I'm not complaining. I mean, when someone does hand me that extra blanket, I do like wrap it around my head and take a nap. I'm just saying they're probably gross. Not that I won't use them.
Yeah. All right, craziest thing that you and I both have seen on a plane, and we both agree on. On 3, let's do it at the same
Wait, I
time.
can't think that
Craziest
fast.
thing that we visually saw with our eyes on a plane. I won't say anything more because I think we're going to be on the same exact page with this one. And all right, ready? 1, 2, 3. The guy with his
Flashing.
shirt off in first class.
Yeah.
Come on.
He
Was that not the
flashing.
craziest thing? He's flashing. This guy on a Virgin plane took his shirt off and slept in basketball shorts for the entire 7-hour duration of the flight, and everyone just let him sleep in peace.
I mean, one thing to just have your bare naked toes, sockless on a plane. But for me to have to see a nip, it was no nips on the plane. That's the episode title. None of them should be out. It was crazy. And yeah, he was just he was like beaching. It's like a beach whale, just like out. And it was crazy to me that no one, I mean, it's first class. It's crazy to me that no one was like, excuse me, sir, you have to put your shirt on. It's weird.
Yeah, no one even wanted to mess with him, because think about the psychology of a guy who's like, you know what, I'm on a plane with 300 strangers and I'm going to take my shirt off. And for the audience, if you didn't watch and you're just listening, this guy was not in like the best shape. Like, people with that body type sometimes don't take their shirt off at the beach. But he was in first class on a plane and was like, this is my moment. And he did it. And I commend him for it. I mean, it's a bold move, and we did take pictures, which is how you guys have just seen it. But yeah, that's the craziest thing that I've ever seen on a plane. And I've been itching to see a fight, but I think that now that I saw the shirtless man, I think my fun bucket is full.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good.
I don't know.
I don't know.
You also, like, the fact, talking about, like, people fighting, you just never know, like, the level of crazy, like, someone's crazy threshold is, Yeah. That's why I haven't instigated any more tiffs anymore.
100%.
Just because
I mean,
like, I'm too old for this. Back in the day, yeah, sure. I'd be like, what'd you say to me? And now I'm like, the bandwidth for crazy has gotten just...
It's too much. It's better just to not say a thing and be like, my bad.
No comment.
No comment. I will say that I thought that your level of crazy was like here, but then there was one instance in particular that I was like, oh, her level of physical crazy is actually up here. And so even sometimes the nice ones like you, they could shock you,
You never know. I'm not easily triggered, but the Louisiana within.
The Louisiana. Have you seen on Netflix that they came out with a show, Florida Man? Am I just making that up?
No. It wasn't in your dreams. I saw it too, but I was hesitant to watch.
Because we did an episode on it, which I thought was
That's
pretty
why
good,
they did it. It was like inspired
they're
by
listeners.
travel nerds.
Yeah, and supposedly Trump went on Rogan after he heard that we were going to have on Kamala. So he's like, well, I can't be showing up if Kamala's going to come on Travel Nerds.
It's awkward.
I have to go on.
It's awkward to get double booked. Actually, I remember in that Florida Man episode, maybe that's the one I'm talking about, where we're just like laughing our way through the whole thing.
Yeah,
I think that was it.
Bad.
It was the one of the guy eating cheesecake in the Everglades in his undies.
Oh my God, that was incredible. That was incredible. Florida is a weird place. I know you've been thinking about moving out of here. What's the short list of where you're going to land?
Well, I'm in love now, which is both fortunate and unfortunate for my decision. So we'll see how I don't know. We'll see how the cookie crumbles. I feel like Florida too, every single time I have this feeling and I'm like on one to get out of here and go somewhere else, I go on these work trips or like to Houston to visit all my family members, and then I'm like, wait a second. Florida kind of rocks. Yeah, like
it's kind of good here.
If anything, maybe I just move closer to the beach because I've been a lot recently in the past couple months, and I'm like, dang, I've been living here for 2 years and I've only been to the beach like once. It's not as far as I think it is, Yeah. So I think maybe just like going more to the beach or even just like moving 30 minutes closer would heal me.
Yeah.
It's a way chiller lifestyle too. You're not surrounded by like crazy Disney drivers. It's just people being like, we're going to happy hour at 3 if you want to come, man. And that's right up my alley. Not drinking at 3, you guys. My God. Keep it together.
She does have demos at 3. She will not be drinking at 3. Unless it's Wednesday, then all bets are off.
But I am hilarious after one Mich Ultra. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, so a little closer to the beach. All right. Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel that. I think I've been to the beach more in the last year probably than I have recently. But I will say building on your traveling and then coming back home and it's like okay. The last time that you and I were in Amsterdam, that was my 15th time to Europe. And I didn't even realize until I came home and I had way too much time on the plane and I started counting it out. And so that was my 15th time to Europe. And I think after 15 times to Europe, I can confidently say that I love the United States. And Europe has its charm, but I would never want to live there unless it was London. And then I may be able to be talked into it, but the prices are crazy. But
That's my rich girl dream.
yeah, United States just did so many things right. And Europe is charming and great and it's great to visit. But in terms of like quality of life, I think America just nailed so many of the things that are important to me. And so I think I'm good here. Like I got the moving itch a little bit too. And after traveling, I'm like, you know what? I do appreciate home. Not to say that I'll live
And
in
even
Windermere
like
forever, but
just domestically, like when I was on one a couple months ago about moving to New York, I would be so poor. Like I couldn't
yeah.
even really wrap my head around what I was those first steps that you take to move somewhere where you're like looking at how much rent is and what these like parking permits cost and what just being able to even drive up there looks like or have a car there. I'm just like, holy crap. What I spend to just be alive as a person here in Orlando, I would have to essentially double that just being like a person who lives by herself. Like doubling that just to
Yeah.
what? Like have my neighborhood smell like urine? I don't know. I'm not here. I'm not here for it. I love New York too, and I wish I could do it. It's just like you kind of got to be like I would have to be like a rich girl to do it the way that I want to do it.
You say that, and then we see Sarah, and it looks like Sarah lives like a fabulous
But she
life.
has roommates. I could never.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Shout
she's
out to
killing
Sid,
it.
who is
Shout out to
cool.
Sid. I just feel like once you live alone, it's real hard to go back to living
It
with
is hard to go
roommates.
back. Yeah.
I don't know if I could, especially like you, like I have animals, so people wouldn't want to live with me. And then you're basically like sharing the responsibility of animals. Even if I feed them and walk them and everything, they're just so up in your grill that they're basically yours now too. Like, sorry, you're their mom.
Tuna and Ned's a lot. Yeah. Be like, oh, you didn't know you're adopting Tuna and Ned, but they are yours
You're their
now. So,
stepmom now, so.
yeah. Yeah, they're oh, geez. All right. Well, you know what? I had something about the founder of Bitcoin, but it's
Not to
Halloween.
him, not to him. Just like, let's wrap it here. It was a good little recap. And let's talk about
Yeah.
Bitcoin next time.
Next time for Bitcoin,
It's
we are going to
Halloween.
break that Connor Ann is the founder of Bitcoin, and that was going to be the big news. So
It
you can
was
stop
actually
looking.
my idea. He stole it from me.
Yeah, and Connor Ann has billions of dollars just held up in a crypto wallet that she's afraid to access for her own safety. And I've been trying to get her to draw down. My question is, let's just say that you are the founder of Bitcoin, and then we can wrap up. You're the founder of Bitcoin. You have $27 billion. And because I am the most persuasive person in your life today, that you said, yeah, it's true. Don't look at
Okay.
me like that. That I convince you, you don't have to be afraid for your safety, access the money, tap into the 27 billion. I just want to know on episode 100 in front of all of our family and friends. This sounds like a proposal or marriage, but it's not. How much of the 27 billion are you giving me? Like what cut am I getting in?
Why would I give you a cut?
Best friend status, podcast status, nothing?
I could put it into the pod. I could build myself a sick pod studio. And then you could
You
use
have
it too.
27 billion. I've flown you around the world and I'm getting nothing of it.
I feel like, what if I used it to buy Travel Nerds merch? We
right.
could get hats that say arrest.
We could get hats that could say arrest or we
Actually,
could
a
have
t-shirt that said arrest this man. I'd wear that.
All right, so no money. You're going to get me a $45 sweatshirt custom embroidered.
Just give me more than that, but if you're down for a $45 one, we can settle.
All right. Well, Sarah, you're going to Sri Lanka.
Oh, you guys, thank you so much for just letting us yap and listening, even if it's for 5 minutes or 55 minutes. We just appreciate you guys. I know we've been trying to find our way. I feel like maybe by episode 30 we did, and then we kind of switched it up again. And just know that we are just normal people filming this podcast from our house. So if you expect greatness, we're working on it.
You came to the wrong place.
You came to the wrong podcast. So we just really appreciate you guys, and keep listening. And Kenny, same time. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Later, nerds.
Later, nerds.
That was terrible.